illegal migrant simulator is insane. Oh, hell no, man. What the hell we gonna watch? By Asmongo TV. Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I will laugh at this, okay? I will just turn myself off of the anger. I would just have fun with this. I will have fun. No matter what we're gonna watch, I will have fun with this, okay? I would just laugh at their stupidity, okay? That's all I gotta say.
Gamescom, they're currently showcasing a game about illegally crossing into the
I don't
USA
wanna be angry
and processing
today.
the trauma from being a minority with
It's
real
Saturday.
audio clips.
It's fucking Saturday, okay? I'm taking my Monster here, my energy drink, you know. I don't care. I just want to be happy. Today, I just want to be happy and laugh at every single bullshit that appears in front of me, okay? That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. No matter what it is, I will point and laugh. Ha ha! That's it. Like just the Simpsons meme. Yeah, like just like Nelson.
From real illegals. I have to see this. I have to see it. I want to watch it. This is content. Wait a minute. Okay, we might have something.
Yes,
here.
we have to see this.
My pronouns are she, her,
I can't
and
believe what my
shit.
eyes are watching. Oh my god, he's getting radish, more and more red.
I just got triggered.
Oh, don't be like that. You're gonna
so
die
little intro.
from
Thank
it,
you.
know?
My name's Carla Reyes. My pronouns are she, her, and yeah, I
Just-
run a little
just
indie
fuck
studio
them.
called Anima Interactive. We're developing Take Us North, which
Take
is
Us
about
North.
migration across the U.S.-Mexico border, which is
What
obviously
the
a very
fuck is
relevant
Take
and
Us
heavy-hitting
North?
topic.
Yeah.
It's
but
the
that's
game
why
name?
we found it
You're
important
getting
to
deported.
talk about
No,
now,
you're
and
not
I'll
going
share a
north.
little
You're
bit
going
about
south.
our behind-the-scenes
Yes.
in the development of this project, because it's very
Release
deeply
the
rooted in research.
alligators!
Given how sensitive and
Research?
complex and nuanced the subject matter is, we want to make sure that we are telling these
Are
stories.
they
The
gonna
funnier
research
is
the
that
way that illegal
I made for
migrants
it
steal the
myself
identities of
saying that.
American citizens and then claim their benefits illegally? I wonder if they're going to talk about that.
Of course not, Tasman. Of course
and
not.
that we are,
Oh, geez.
reaching our goal in trying to shift hearts and minds around this. So before I begin, I'm actually curious.
Yeah, this isn't a game. It's propaganda. Of course. Obviously it is.
Of course
to
it
ask
is.
all of you, because I'm mindful there might not be many Americans in the room. Are there any Americans, by the way? No, okay. Oh, okay, that's good. Okay, so could I
One
ask,
guy.
what are your perceptions?
You know what is funny? It's always the same, these women, you know? It's always these women. The fun thing is that they are the ones always claiming for having illegal immigrants in their countries, like desperately. And then the countries become a huge mess to the point of they even wanting to change the name of the country and the flag because, a religion decided to take over the country, and you know exactly who I'm talking about here, you know, and decides that it has to become like now it's under the Sharia law, you know, and then this very same woman are the first ones to suffer with that. And they are the ones claiming for having it on that country. Like, it's amazing. It's really amazing.
Around like the motivations behind migration across the U.S.-Mexico border? Like, what do you?
Because, I mean, let's be clear with something. Like, even though illegal immigration has a lot of problems, we have some specific group like that cause way more problem than the others, and everyone knows who we are talking about. Mizuki, so you're afraid of... Of course I am. Fuck, I live in fucking Brazil. Of course I am, okay? Like, yeah. I mean, they just can do whatever they want. Just look at Hassan, fucking Hassan, you know? The guy can do whatever they want and nothing happens with them. He isn't punished by law. He isn't punished by the platforms that he is in. Like, he isn't punished anywhere. Look at the guy's power, the fucking guy's power. These people and fucking your bullshit war against Jews and Islam, you know, both sides are so fucking stronger. Like then everything. They feels like they can do everything to the world and nothing happens with them, you know? Fuck them. And what about everyone else? What about everyone else's, you know? Shit.
Hearing in the headlines in the news.
But yeah, I would just laugh.
I'm
I
just
would just
curious.
laugh. I
You
would
know, you can
just
shout things
laugh.
out.
I
or-
would
yep,
not
go
care
ahead.
about this, okay?
Trump out. Yes. Okay. Anyone else?
I just hope that
What
China...
happened? Sorry?
Like the motivations behind migration across the U.S.-Mexico border. Like, what are you hearing in the headlines in the news?
The motivations
I'm just
behind
curious,
migration.
you know, you can shout things out. Or yep, go ahead. Trump out. Yes. Okay. Anyone else?
Oh, what the actual fuck, man? Holy shit!
I just hope that China and Korea can save us from this mad...
The guy is coming from a horrible country, and what usually one would think is, I want to have a better life. And then you go to a better country. It doesn't matter here if it's illegal or legal. I'm just saying, like, the perspective of a person looking for a better life, you know? And then you go to a country that only works because exactly most people are on the power for the most time on the past, where exactly like Trump, or even worse on the right side, you know, or even on the extreme of it. And because of that, United States is United States, for example. And then you go to there and you want to take out the people that exactly made the country interesting for you to want to move there to begin with. Like, it's so fucking ridiculous, man. Then you claim to have the people that destroyed, the same kind of people that destroyed your own very country for all of these years on the power. What the actual fuck are you trying to do, man?
madness.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe like South America.
But okay,
can.
guys, I'm not getting angry, okay? I'm just stating things, okay? I'm nice and nice. I'm
Oh my
having my
God.
energy drink here, okay? I'm fine. I'm good. I'm good.
There's somebody gotta do this. Like, this is bad.
You know, what do you think is the primary motivation for people from Latin America or otherwise crossing the U.S.-Mexico border?
Poverty.
Great. Okay, violence. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyone
that's
else?
the problem.
Yeah, violence and then poverty.
I used to live in El Salvador some years. And
Heck, I know very well.
Yes. Okay. So this is great because I think like in the U.S., one of the narratives that's being pushed is
Yeah.
obviously, you know, you've probably heard this. Americans or they'll often say Latin Americans, or they'll be reductive to Mexicans. They will say like they're just stealing our jobs, right? Like
They
that's
are. It's a fact. They're stealing the jobs. They're creating more
They are.
traffic.
They are, of
overload
course.
social systems. They steal people's identities to get government benefits. They steal, obviously, a bunch of other different type of entitlement programs like food stamps, etc.
Oh, I don't know about
they do
all of
jobs
this,
for
but they
cents on the
certainly cause a
dollar
lot of
that should be
problems.
made for Americans, or they should be improved by automation instead of relying on illegals as a working class of people. The reason why people think this is because it's true. And also, by the way, they just showed up in our fucking country. Why the fuck should we be okay with people showing up in our country? We didn't say they could be here. What a ridiculous thing to say. Oh, people want to come here. Too bad. It's like even the base impulse of this is outrageous. Like the amount of entitlement that these people have is disgusting to me. It is. It's absolutely disgusting. That's what.
You know, one of the reasons of me as a foreigner don't want to go there anymore, like to US. I mean, first thing is that even if I still wouldn't like to go, I just can't. Going there legally for me is just impossible, and I would never go illegally. Okay, I would never do that, and I also don't have enough income to live there. And the most important is if everyone is going there now, if everyone is being able to, you know, if everyone is migrating to there now, and the country becomes so full of immigrants, it's a reason for me to stay away. I think this is the main reason, you know. of all. If everyone's going to one place, you have to avoid to go there as well, because it's just a matter of time for that place to be broken, you know. And then you have to gather, and I know because I'm doing that. I'm saving money to leave my fucking horrible country as well. So you have to do so much effort and deal with so much bureaucracy and so much money just to get your documents to go to to other place, you know, to just to keep doing what I do, just to keep working there. I need to get so many documents first, you know, like and to move and etc. And this all requires a lot of time and money and deal with bureaucracies and understand and learn new stuff. Now imagine you do all of that to move to a place that in 10 or maybe 20 years will become the exact same place that your old country is, in the same state, you know. It's waste of time, you know, because you will have to move again. You have to pass through to all of it again. That's not worth it. So you have to go to, in my opinion, okay, you have to go to a place that it's now that right now no one has interest, but has a very good perspective for the future. You know, that you can look like this is not that good now, but I think in 10 or maybe 20 years it can be real good, you know. And this is what made me make my choice, you know. And yeah, I'm not saying where I go. Some few people know because I told them, but I think I shouldn't maybe. But I just said it. But to all the others, I would just tell when I'm there. And yeah, that's it. I just changed the subject. Let's continue. But I'm bringing all of this up because I think it's very interesting because, I mean, Asmo is giving the perspective of someone inside the country. I'm giving my perspective as a foreigner. So I think I can add something to this, really. And not only as a foreigner, but as a foreigner that is also trying to move out to another country, you know?
That's what the natives said too, no? Yeah, and look what happened to them. Not so good, huh? Yeah, I don't want to end up like that.
And not only trying to move out, I'm desperate to live here, to leave this fucking country. I'm so fucking desperate.
One of the big rhetoric pushes, and part of what we're trying to do is challenge this misinformation, right? So
misinformation.
Let me just quickly show
Misinformation.
A couple of videos here. So,
No, hell
we've done
no.
like voice of the people style interviews to ask people about their, you know, understanding about migration across the U.S.-Mexico border. So let me see if this
Public opinion on why people migrate to the U.S.
Oh, hold on. I want to make sure this audio works.
This is a video game?
Friends. Let me see. Hold on.
And what I always wonder is that is always the same thing. These people always into some charge of leadership, and they receive a huge amounts of money to defend all of this crap, you know. She don't do anything really. She just defend all of this crap and bullshit and receive tons of money for that. It's so fucking stupid. And even though we talk a lot of that, I think people don't bring this up like very frequently, like, you know, this part of the thing. Like, not only these people work against their own country, against themselves, but they like receive huge amounts of money to do nothing, you know. It's so ridiculous. Like, not to do nothing, like to do nothing in the sense that they just do like these terrible talks, you know, and stuff like that, like in stand-ups or stuff like that, and that adds nothing and just make themselves like worse for their future, you know, working against their own people and against their own country. This is so fucking terrible, man.
Let's try this.
This really gives
like,
me
yeah,
the ick.
like most.
For me, it's so much. I can't describe how much distasteful is to look at her face the entire time and listen to that voice. It really like pisses me off so much. Even though I try my best to have fun with this, at least I'm not angry like I'm usually am. Look at this bullshit like Asmo is right now, you know? Very angry. I'm not, but it's not easy. Like, just listening her saying all this bullshit and look at her, like, it's pissing me off. Like, a lot. A lot. I'm so tired of this crap. I'm so tired of this bullshit. I think everyone is, but not like I am, you know. I'm very tired of this bullshit.
Things when it comes to immigration, it's always you're either fleeing something or want to get to something.
Yeah, duh.
And like I know there's a lot of like violence and like drug problems in and around the border, like with the cartels.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine it's just a lot of fleeing that really for
Human trafficking.
safety for their families.
Poor countries, they are not making good money, and it's hope of the people. I mean, from many countries, people are dreaming of living in the United States because they are sending to families money which they are making here. I mean, what we see here, it's like not big money, like $15-20 per hour.
American work there. You know, people would take who are more refugees than anything
Yeah,
else.
I got
the
his
jobs
point.
no one
I
wants.
understand what he's
The
saying.
American dream, pretty much.
I mean, he's saying like a small amount of US dollars there that they make, they can send to their families and becomes a huge amount. Like, for example, my country, I think it's my currency is 5.40 now for $1, you know? So you multiply at least 5 times what you do. But here it doesn't matter. Maybe to that country is even more worth than here, because really doesn't matter because our inflation here is so like among us is so huge. You have so many fucking taxes that even multiplying like plus 5, it's not worth the same. Like, for example, for what I saw here, you guys like have in my country money. Okay, I'm saying my country money. You pay around like 10 BRL for 1 kilo of meat. And this is converting like you guys money to mine, you know. You pay around like 10 BRL for 1 kilo of like I don't know the type of meat in English, but it's a nice meat. Okay. Of course, you guys may not consider that nice because you guys can pay for better meats than that because this one is cheaper. But here it's nice meat. And here this very same piece of meat is like around 40 BRL, you know. And this already we are talking already converted to my currency, you know. And and even so, you guys pay around 10 BRL and we pay 40. For that meat, you know, it's absurd. It's really absurd.
This is what I'm talking about, bro, right here. I've been trying to warn y'all about this. I've been trying to tell y'all about this. This is it. How disingenuous for them to say migration when the debate is about illegal immigration. Oh, it's because they don't believe that it's illegal. That's the reason why. They think it's okay for them to do it. Like they have some kind of like entitlement to come to America. It's outrageous.
More refugees than anything else. The jobs no one wants.
The American dream, pretty much. So coming from where my parents, ancestors are immigrants, but this time, I think from back then, it's completely different. People come in to better their lives and better their family lives, more opportunities, better living.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was in New York City, where I guess people have a sense of, you know, some of the motivations behind migration.
By the way, New York City, so if you have a map of the U.S., New York City's all the way up here, and the border's all the way down here. So if you ever hear a New Yorker talking about how good illegal immigration is, just keep in mind that unless the people get bussed up to New York, A lot of times they don't even have to deal with it because they're on the completely other side of the border. It's delusional. Yeah, they have like, it's insane. Yep.
I don't know if I understood.
Let me just see.
Martha's Vineyard?
Is
Yeah,
it
definitely.
possible to raise the volume a bit, by the way? I'm sorry to
Jesus.
the AV team. Could people hear that okay? Or, oh yeah, it was fine? Okay, cool. All right. Let me see if I can go back here.
Okay, so do we get to watch the game?
Apologies.
Do we get, I don't care about like this. This is just,
The goal with Take Us North is really to try to humanize migrant stories and capture some of the complexity and nuance. So yeah, as I
just
said,
propaganda.
it's a narrative-driven game,
Straight up
inspired by
propaganda.
real-world stories. So we're conducting extensive interviews with.
Take Us North plays
I will
a
not even
migrant.
say anything
Players
because I just
assume the
wanna
role
have
of a
fun.
migrant guy who embodies the complex interplay of duty and empathy. I wonder if he
I don't wanna
sexually
get
traffics the
angry.
women that he's helping move over the border. They probably won't do that, will they? No, because it might make what they're saying look bad, even though that's exactly what happens. I wonder if you're able to molest the women that you help come across the border with. Probably not. I wonder why. It's because it's not about telling an accurate story. It's about telling a lie.
With migrants and asylum seekers, and I'll dig into our approach to that in a bit. But basically, in the game, you play the role
Kids
of a
also,
migrant
of course.
guide or a guia, often known as coyotes. Coyotes are often associated with the drug trade. You know, people mentioned carteles before, but it's more complicated than that. And
Yeah, I think it's one thing that no one talks about is like the danger of you being a legal immigrant is like it has many dangers of you entering illegal in the country, but I think the main one is technically, the government doesn't know that you exist there. So it feels like anyone can do literally anything to you and nothing happens to them. And because they know nothing will happen to them, it makes it easier for people feel like they can do whatever you want to you, you know? Like sexually harass you or stuff like that, rape, you know, like this stuff. I mean, grape, and and like kill you or something like that because you're technically not there, you know. You're technically not there.
It is more complicated. It's worse.
that's why we want to show this game, because we believe in video games as one of the most immersive art forms and as a tool to foster empathy and awareness of
It's not empathy at all. You want to come to another country and experience its resources and then take advantage of it while not respecting that country's borders. You want to go into the country illegally against their consent. You know that you're not supposed to be here. You're going here anyway.
And the main thing, it's not even that, it's like being a total like nuisance to everyone, like being the worst type of human being you could possibly be, not respecting their culture, not respecting the language, not respecting anything.
You want to talk about empathy? I think that should start at the beginning whenever you come somewhere where you know you're not supposed to be. Why y'all put up with these retards? Honestly, I think that the time of putting up with these people is almost over. It is coming to a close, and I am so fucking glad. It's almost done.
topics. Okay, so we watch those videos. Yes.
Narrative vision, real world stories and hardship. We're collaborating with Undocumented Filmmakers Collective. Oh my God.
So the project is really rooted in research, as I said. So we are collaborating closely with anthropologists. There's a lab at the University of California, Los Angeles, that's run by a professor called.
It's fun how they choose the name of Karen, you know? Makes everything even better. How nice.
So they're working with a university in California for this. I would have never expected such a dramatic change of events.
Look at his chat to call
Wow.
it talking about the carry.
Can you believe that? Who would have thought? Yeah. In what world a U.S. person comes to Germany to virtue signal about their problems? Imagine traveling to the EU to promote such a game. Well, I don't know where she's from. I have no idea. How do you use your brain dealing with this shit every day and not want to blow your brains out? Because I know that, like, whenever I talk about this stuff and I cover it, I think that I'm doing a public service. I think I'm helping people realize how blatantly manipulative, toxic, problematic, and bad it is. I think that there is an overabundance of emotionally charged messaging that is designed intentionally to make you give up your country, to give up your culture, to give up your morality, and to instead effectively adopt someone else's. It's not about you being not judgmental. It's about letting somebody else judge you and letting them decide what's okay, letting them tell you what's acceptable, letting them dictate their idea of empathy. Their idea of empathy is we're going to invade your country illegally, and if you get mad about it, we're going to call you mean. The character name?
Call you me is just the beginning of the
What's the
phase.
character
Later,
name?
things will get even worse.
Which has been seen... I don't see character name. Top right? I don't get it. Scorpion by... Oh, man. What are the odds? You can't make... Yeah, bro, this is poetic.
De Leon, who has done extensive research both in Latin America and along the border. He published a book last year called Soldiers and Kings, which is all about smuggling across the U.S.-Mexico border. And we've been working with his team. And there's also a collective of...
Anybody who's doing any smuggling across the border illegally isn't a soldier, and they're certainly not a king. They're criminals that often sexually abuse the people that they're doing things with, and also manipulate them, sometimes kill them, and traffic over drugs that kill people.
Exactly.
Undocumented...
They're parasites. The people that do that are awful.
Perfect.
Filmmakers in the U.S. So these are people who are artists and storytellers in their own right, but they actually also have experience of having crossed the border. So here you can kind of just see, like, side by side, a lot of the...
Oh my God.
We should also be talking why most of the artists are from the wrong side, you know? It's very interesting why most of them are from this... Oh God, fuck it, man.
This is amazing. Wow. This is no game. No, it's not. Holy shit. This is ridiculous. I know. Can you believe this?
The context that we're trying to portray in the game. So, of course, the U.S.-Mexico border, and it's primarily set in the Sonoran Desert, which is one of the deadliest migrant trails. And there are deterrence policies that Border Patrol has where they'll essentially, like, weaponize nature, and they're trying to keep...
Thank God. Thank God. Be lucky it's not worse. That's some alligator Alcatraz shit. That's the way it should be.
Migrants in the desert for as long as possible, suffering from, you know, extreme heat, extreme cold.
Yeah, the migrants just spawn there.
If you want to, if you're complaining about this stuff, why migrating illegally? I mean, why? Why? If you doesn't have such a bad intent, why are you doing that legally? Why are you not still living in your country? Like, You know, I know things are bad, but they can't be worse of trying to go illegally to US, you know? That fucking sucks. I don't understand that. I don't understand. That's why I also agree and also think that I still think it's not all, but because some people are just dumb and stupid, okay, or just too much desperate. But I still think that most of the illegal immigrants, I would say like 80%, maybe 90% of them are very bad intentioned, like, or they are already criminals on their own country, and for that it's just impossible for they to enter legally on the other side, you know, some stuff like that. Because you could just try to go legally, and if it's not possible, you could go to another country, or you stay in your own very country because you don't have the conditions to go away, or whatever, okay, whatever. I mean, there are so many other things, so many other possible solutions, you know. I don't understand. I don't.
They chose to go there. You decided to do this.
Exactly. I was drinking I was sipping the energy drink, sorry. Exactly. It's like they said, they are grown-ass adults. They decided that, and it's their choice. So they have to deal with it.
Walking days across the desert, and unfortunately,
They are responsible adults, like, or at least they should be, because, you know, today's world is taking away your own responsibility for yourself and giving everything to the government. Yes, and people are claiming for more and more of that.
thousands of migrants have
it's
died
amazing.
or gone missing on these trails.
Then
And
they shouldn't have gone on the trail. They shouldn't have done it.
Yeah,
they shouldn't have done
exactly,
it.
exactly.
Maybe if you don't want to have this bad happen to you, maybe just don't do it. Do not come.
I've gone myself and walked along the trails and done, on the ground work with humanitarian groups, and we'll talk about that. But there are also other aspects of the trail which I'll dig into.
Oh my God.
And yeah, just some examples of the team going to visit the lab at UCLA.
Survival and hope in the world of human smuggling. What a bunch of fucking bullshit.
And it's for how, like, they generate all of this bullshit around some illegal immigration. Like, they made this as a kind of business. They made it become like a business. This is a business. And her existing here and sucking off like a fucking succubus all of this money that probably, if not now, somewhere between the past was receiving public money, public taxpayer money to do this bullshit, you know? Like, it's so fucking amazing, man. Like, oh my God.
This is the problem that I think these people have.
It's the very reason that she is existing.
Like, this is, you really think human trafficking is about survival and hope? Oh my God.
Of course not. Of course not, Jesus Christ. Oh, hell no,
where
man.
we could see artifacts that were left in the desert by migrants.
Can we see the
and
video
then
game
on a
yet?
recent trip that I
video
did
games?
on the border,
What do you mean
I
you got
actually
video games?
found artifacts that migrants had left behind. So they're still doing this to this day.
Artifacts? Which she's acting like she's finding like a Native American Indian, like, fucking arrowhead from the 1400s. What, like a Coke can?
Making this journey, even despite everything that's happening in the U.S., because there's a lot of misinformation on both sides, actually, right? Like,
Can of Pringles?
Latin Americans and immigrants from around the world are
Yeah.
being sold this concept of the American dream and that you can cross the border in this way, and
Yeah.
it's very complex. And one of the things, too, that I think is not captured very well is that migrants from all over the world are actually traveling to Latin America in an attempt to make the journey to the U.S. So
That's what Donald Trump has been saying. Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem. Exactly. That's the issue. It's a little bit of a self-report, don't you think?
You see people from Southeast Asia, from Africa. It's not just Mexicans and it's not just
I
Latin
think it's
Americans,
very
right? And I think this
clear.
is something that also not that many people are aware of.
Everybody knows that.
And in the game, we try to do this environmental storytelling that's based on...
So let me get this straight. Your idea of environmental storytelling is putting
Bokko.
2 bottles of water next to some rocks. This is environmental storytelling.
A lot of the research. So one example is migrants will actually carry these black water bottles because they believe that they're less conspicuous to U.S. Border Patrol. And there's this like
What
saying
does
where they'll
this
say it's better to
have
be
to
hot
do
than
with-
caught, in that like
Oh my
drinking,
God.
like having these black water bottles actually makes the water almost undrinkable because it's unbearably hot, right? It insulates the heat. But, you know, this is a very clandestine world, and something that we are trying to do through the game is shine a light
No,
on
what the
people
actual
and humans that
fuck,
are often
man.
cast in the shadows, right? They're fleeing persecution and violence, and they're living a life in hiding from the moment they
That's crazy. Wow. That sucks. Too bad. Not our problem.
flee their homes, because it's often the
Why don't you
cartel
stay there and make it better?
This is so
that are
fucking
going after
stupid,
them,
man.
and
Yeah.
I'll kind of talk about that. But and then they have to face Mexican Border Patrol and Border Patrol within Central America as well, where
Good.
the U.S. has been training Border Patrol agencies
Oh.
in other countries as well. So it's a very complex, you know, system and route. And
It's a very
not just
stupid
happening at the
system.
border itself, but it
It's
starts
a
all the way
very
in South
bullshit
America.
system. It's a
You
very
can see,
Bokko
an
decision.
example of like a rescue beacon here. So this is real. The image at the top is, you know,
It's
in
the
the desert.
self-report red button.
And you can see
Mm-hmm.
they have this illustration of like an emaciated, desperate migrant, which is
Yep.
just very sad and kind of repulsive to me, truthfully.
Yeah, it is. I can't believe they try
What
to come
is
in our country
repulsive to me
illegally.
is to listen you're talking.
This is the way that they try to weaponize your empathy against you so they can take advantage of you. Is that they say, well, you know, we have to cross the desert. Well, no, you don't have to, because you shouldn't even be here in the first place. No, you shouldn't be coming here. You shouldn't be going in this direction. You shouldn't be trying to come into a country illegally. This is ridiculous. Not emaciated enough. I mean, she said like tons of people died doing it. I mean, I bet they did. Yeah.
But it's Border Patrol kind of saying like, we'll rescue you if you need help. So they know that the migrants are in dire straits in these situations.
And you can see how also in this entire story, not once has there been any conversation about how the people that are the human traffickers are problematic at all. There's no conversation about that. It's because this is not an academic pursuit. This is not something that's being done in order for people to understand things. It's being done in order to push a specific worldview that is intentionally like subversive to America. And this is also true with Europe. It happens with Europe too. It's propaganda.
So we've been collaborating closely with a shelter, a couple of shelters now in Mexico, specifically in Nogales, which is on the border
Stay there.
between Arizona and Mexico, which is where the Sonoran Desert is. And I've been going down there and also like on a bi-weekly basis, conducting phone and video interviews with asylum seekers and people who have, had to flee their homes because they've either been threatened by cartels in some way, they have not wanted to get recruited, especially in the case of young men, where young men are, it's either they join the carteles or they risk dying, right? And so their only option is to flee. And that these are some of the stories that we're trying to weave into the narrative of the game.
Who the fuck cares? Like, who the fuck cares? Like, who cares? Like, what does this have to do with anything in the U.S.? Like, how is this our problem? It's
Oh my God,
insane,
this
bro.
is so-
Like, yeah.
This
We gotta
is
play
so
this?
fucking
We probably
insane,
should.
man.
From a game design standpoint, we really want this experience to be,
Could you call us
again,
political propaganda?
sensitive. We're not
It
trying to
obviously is.
glorify or glamorize this experience, but we want people to feel it, and we want to treat it with respect. So we're trying to balance these moments of tension.
I just realized, look at this.
Moments
so you have
of
to walk
tension.
around the spotlight, and you can see the two people that are avoiding border patrol. Like you see what's going on here? Oh my God!
Right, and having to evade border patrol.
He plays border patrol.
With some
I got a feeling
reprieve
you're not
and
going to be able
not
to
make it trauma porn either, right? I think this
Yeah.
is something that. Because they're human stories at the end of the day, humans have a spectrum of emotion, and so there is, humor and deep emotion, love, etc., more positive emotions, and we also want people to reflect on the universality of migration. So even though this is like on the nose in the sense that we are portraying migration across the U.S.-Mexico border, and it's a real-world topic,
Yeah.
this is something that's obviously very relevant here in Germany, in Europe, and around the globe. And
Yeah, it's a big problem over there too. It's crazy how this what the fuck is going on with these Western countries, man? This is bad.
we want people to be thinking about
It's
this.
real bad.
I've also been meeting with some artists that work along the border. There's an artist called Álvaro Enciso. So he was a migrant from Colombia himself, and now he goes every week into the desert and creates these shrines to pay tribute to migrants that have lost their lives, where they'll find remains, either bones or full, cadavers, and
Yeah.
they'll work with forensic groups to identify them. So that's something that we try to capture in the game
Here's
as well.
the game.
The Beast. The Beast is a freight train that runs through Mexico where thousands of migrants ride on top of this speeding train. Well, it's not quite speeding, but even so, it's an incredibly perilous train. And, it's very common for migrants to lose their limbs trying to, get on and off of this
Shouldn't have
train
tried
or
to
being
get on
on
a
board
train.
it.
Let
But
the
this
actual
is
flag
one
man.
way to...
This is what I find is so weird, is that these people view every negative consequence from their own actions to be somebody else's fault. It's like all
Oh,
these
I
bad
would
things
say
are happening
exactly
to
that.
you,
I
but
was
somehow it's
about to
somebody
say
else's
that.
fault that it's happening.
travel across Mexico, and it's something that we're capturing in the game as well. The Darien
Wow.
Gap is another very deadly migrant trail, which is between Colombia and
You
Panama.
can see the Border Patrol agents that are T-posed around the water, I guess ready to arrest somebody after they get out of the water. Oh my God.
And migrants will, have to trek through rivers and jungle.
Yeah.
And this is a very early prototype, by the way, but just kind of so that you get a sense of the visuals.
All I can
Yeah,
think,
these are
look
these
at
are other
this
parts
is
of the migrant trail
how
that
much
we are
of taxpayer money is on
tackling
this.
to
Probably
show
has
again
some
like the
taxpayer
breadth
money, but
of this story.
some
It doesn't
taxpayer
just
money, I bet
start in
that.
Mexico. So as I
that's the
mentioned,
problem.
I've been working with some humanitarian
Humane borders. Oh God. Okay, I'll go ahead towards the end. Why this matters more than now.
we've been collaborating with. And, she's saying that she was talking about January 20th, the pain that the migrants felt because everybody received a notification that their asylum appointments. So they were,
This is right. So Biden had an app for all of the illegal aliens who should have never fucking been here, and asylum seekers who also should have never fucking been here. Trump, on the first day of the app, reprogrammed the app, canceled everybody's appointments, and then changed the app into a self-deportation app.
They had just, many of
done
them
that?
had spent months,
If
maybe
he'd
years
done that,
in
that's fucking
hiding
amazing.
and in constant movement and migration, hoping for a chance to find refuge in the States. And now there is no asylum.
Finding refuge. I wonder if somebody tried to find refuge in your house, would you be okay with that? Probably not, right? And so it's always, these people always like writing checks that somebody else has to pay for.
Oh, I don't know. I know some judges out there on US that would be glad to receive some illegal immigrants on their houses. You know who I'm talking about.
And so this didn't just impact, immigrants in Mexico, but obviously on a global scale, there's been so much happening, and therefore, we need support,
don't
and
even
we want to
doubt
be able to
that
support all of the different groups, both grassroots nonprofits, large-scale NGOs that are doing the work to try to ameliorate these conditions and try to
These NGOs are going extinct, by the way, because the way that they were getting funded has been getting cut off. That's why so many of them have been shut down.
Exactly.
really make a change if we can do
Taxpayer
anything about
money.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I have? Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
there's no
running out of time.
USAID.
There's the trailer.
Okay, let's see the trailer.
We won't.
But was it already cut? Like, for sure? There is no other people or foundation or something strange or weird like that funding it? Huh? It's not, is there literally no one paying that anymore? Huh? Like, I highly doubt that, and we should follow that money to know who are responsible. I mean, I think everyone knows already. Like, if we try like 3 or 4 hints, we might hit the jackpot in one of these, like, or maybe more than one. Yeah, everyone knows already. Everyone knows. It's like my country is only talking about how the PCC, like, that rules the entire country. My entire country, it's an narco traffickants, like drug dealers. They rule my entire country, but people, since you only have realized this now, like, it's so fucking ridiculous. I know that at least for like 5 years already. It's so fucking disgusting how people are so fucking stupid and just realize that now. I mean, it's the same. It's the very same thing. Like, everyone knows already. Everyone knows who is behind these people, like George Soros and now his son. Like, I think it's Alex Soros. And yeah, you do have BlackRock, and you have all of that crap. Like that you guys already did. Like the fucking Gates, like Bill Gates, that is it's still behind of a lot of bullshit happen in the world, and fucking COVID and fucking mosquitoes and all of this crap. And I will have this video monetized probably because YouTube clearly doesn't like people calling that out.
To the trailer.
Wait, so you spent the entire time talking about how bad this was and just playing your propaganda, but you're not going to play the trailer for your video game at a video game convention? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. It's hilarious. Okay, I'm done. That was it.
Wow.
These are QR code. Thank you.
Wow.
Wow, amazing. Wow.
To set up everything for the closing panel.
So you didn't even show the trailer.
Another woman, of course.
I don't even know what to say about something like this. It's so fucking ridiculous. Oh my god. Well, there it is. That actually made me kind of mad. I hate people like this. I hate the manipulation of it. I hate the way that they portray themselves as victims, as they're doing something wrong that they know is wrong. I think that they are just awful. And as I've said before, if it was up to me, we would be deporting every single one of them. And this is the migrants, asylum seekers. They would all be gone with no like, maybe we could keep the 9s and the 10s, okay? But besides that, they're gone. Yeah, I don't know what this is. I don't know. Yeah, this is the propaganda. Yeah, do not buy into this emotional blackmail. Do not buy into the manipulation. Don't let your...
What? Is still someone is feeling manipulated by this? Oh, hell no, man. Even me as a foreigner, I am not being manipulated by that. So you guys have no rights, okay? Because this is my place of talk, okay? Yes. So I'm saying that you can't, so you just can't. It's my place of talk as a foreigner.
Be taken advantage of. All they want to do is come into your country and lie to you, emotionally manipulate you, and then take advantage of resources that they had nothing to do with building. So yeah, that's it.
Before we go any further, I want to take this brief moment here to thank all of you, my patrons, that support my work here on YouTube, and especially my 5-tail fox tier member, Zalost, and my 3-tail fox tier members, Heath Rowell, Fenny Sylvy, and YaBoiSheen, for the incredible support to my work. Thank you very, very much. You guys or amazing. Also, thanks to everyone who donated to me through Tron and to all of my YouTube members. You can support this channel life and growth with just $5 a month and gain access to many perks. This is less than a burrito. Check out my Patreon, link is in the description below. Yeah, that's it. Nothing new under the sun. Yes. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, check the links below. Pay through Discord, Ko-Fi, and Tron. Support me so I can get the fuck out of this terrible country without being an illegal immigrant in another country. I'm just joking. I would never do that. Yeah. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.